Kevin, man, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Unbelievable, massive, massive thank you. For those of you who are just joining us, before the stream even went live, before anyone was here, Kevin donated $100. Just, I mean, I don't know what to say, man. I can't thank you enough. I effing love when people pursue their passion and put in the work. Keep crushing it. And thanks for the content, bro. Thank you so much, Kevin. Thank you so much. People start to trickle in. They better be liking that message because that is, I mean, that's unbelievably generous. Way more than I deserve. And again, thank you so much, Kevin. That is, I mean, that's unbelievable. You've blown my mind, man. Thank you. Wow. What a way to start the chat. My Lord. First thing I see. I honestly thought my chat was glitching out, man. Truly. Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. Kevin with the leadoff home run. Kevin led off the game with a quadruple, like a 8 home run grand slam, right? 8-run grand slam from Kevin to start it off, man. Sadly, you think it's over. I don't feel good. I don't feel good, that's for sure. Okay, I'm officially on screen. So again, another huge thank you, Kevin. That's unbelievably impressive, man. Thank you. Truly thank you. It feels weird saying this to a camera, not a person, but I truly appreciate all the generosity, man. It really does mean a lot to me. Thank you. Who else is in here, huh? Declan's here. Dill, how you doing, my friend? Brent, Red Sox for life is here. Moose is here. Maybe. Dan is here. Raven 12 is here. Spencer's here. Vaderman, Christian. What's going on, everybody? What's up, Frosty? Yeah, it is One Piece night. I saw that. Giving away a floofy bobblehead. Is that what they're giving away? Why don't they give Gasper a chance behind the plate? He's not very good defensively. He is not very good defensively. Behind the plate, at least. He's been fine at second base. But if you look at the metrics behind the dish, there are some concerns for sure. Gronk is at the game. Yeah, I saw it throw out the first pitch. Oh, my God, dude. I just turned on Nesson. It's not even 7:10 yet, and they were showing a replay of Duran hitting a home run, and my brain just immediately was like, oh, yeah, Duran just hit another one. Gonna add to the live stream record tonight? Man, I hope so. Kevin started us off on a real good note here, so. What up, Prodigy? Long time no see, my friend. Yeah, we talked about it in today's video, E. I think it's been kind of, I wouldn't say swept under the rug. I think it's been talked about more recently, but taking a look at Connor Wong's defensive season, I mean, if we go into we've got a little bit of time before the game, right? Yeah. If we go into his Baseball Savant page, oh man, I have a ton of random crap open. That's why the stream's probably pretty slow here. New window. Let's go into his baseball. Let's do Baseball Savant first. Why did my calendar just pop up? That was weird. So he's in the first percentile in fielding run value, meaning 99% of the players in Major League Baseball are more valuable in terms of their fielding run value than Connor Wong. You go down to just sort of breaking it down in terms of catching. Blocks above average, second percentile, -13. Average is 0. Caught stealing above average, -1, which is close to league average, right? Framing towards the bottom of the league, you're at -8. And pop time's pretty solid. I mean, so you look at it and you say, okay, so what's Connor Wong doing behind the plate? Well, in total, if you take every single one of it, you add does this add to your run total? Does this prevent runs or does this allow runs, right? He's in the first percentile in that. If it's blocks above average, which is essentially taking every single catcher in Major League Baseball and saying, does this guy block more balls on average than the dead average catcher in Major League Baseball? Connor Wong has -13 in that category. Framing a pitch, right? For those of you, I don't know if you guys, I assume most of you guys know what framing a pitch is, but it's essentially just trying to make a ball look like a strike. He's in the -8 range for that one. That is the second percentile in Major League Baseball. That's not good numbers, folks. And you take a look at the batting. Not great. But then there's more you can look at too. When you're talking about Connor Wong, as a defensive player, go over here. Outs above average in terms, or defensive runs saved in terms of catching, iffy. It's a little bit iffy. It's not a perfect science, but -11. Again, the average is 0 here. That's not exactly great. And then if we go over to appearances on leaderboards here, right? Fielding percentage as a catcher, pretty good. Caught stealing as a catcher, that was last year. Where are this year's numbers? Usually they have this year's numbers. I was about to go on an absolute rant here and got lost. Errors committed at catcher. Let me see if I could expand all leaderboards here. How many errors does he have this year? He only has 3 behind the dish. I thought he had more than that. Either way, his caught stealing percentage is 20%. It's just, man, it does not look good, especially with the blocked balls behind the dish right now. Yeah, I'm on a bit of a Connor Wong rant. Sorry. Hello, Mr. Money Mike Madness. What does Danny Jansen Savant look like? Let's take a look. Danny Jansen, I put it in today's video. I don't know why it keeps going to my calendar like that. Okay. So Danny Jansen, interestingly enough, isn't exactly a great defensive catcher either, especially when it comes to catching runners, stealing, right? He doesn't have a very good pop time. His caught stealing above average is well below average. But one thing he does do very well is he keeps the ball in front of him. Blocks above average is in the 97th percentile. Only 3% of major league catchers, which is what? Breaking it down, 33%. That's what? Literally three catchers in Major League Baseball have a better blocks above average than Danny Jansen. That's probably a bit more than that, considering there's backup catchers. But either way, right, there's a very select group of players who are able to block baseballs better than Danny Jansen is. And to be honest with you, looking at Danny Jansen and looking at Connor Wong's comparisons here, yeah, Danny isn't producing at the plate, but man, if you can keep the ball in front of you, like we talk about, you look at one of the Arizona games, right? That was brutal, where it was a tight inning and Connor Wong gave up a run there. You look at the Toronto in the doubleheader, there were a couple of runs. There were 2 runs or just a run scored on a pass ball there, right? Keeping the ball in front of you does a lot. I'm interested to see what the Red Sox think about Connor Wong's performance this season and what it means for him next season, because I don't know, right? I mean, it's weird because Connor's been really bad defensively, or really bad defensively this year, and it's been swept under the rug because of what he'd been doing at the plate. But now, right, you look at it and yeah, it's all blue. Like there's a clear drop off here in Connor Wong's ability at the plate recently. I'll do a month to month instead of Like, look at it. 211 in July, 237 in August. He went from this is compared to the league right here. These numbers right here in this column right here. 168 OPS plus, fantastic. 120 OPS plus, fantastic. 148 OPS plus, fantastic. 79 OPS plus. That is 21% below league average production. 65 is 35% below league average production. He has not been good in July or August. And it's starting to get people to be like, okay, well, if he's not hitting, what is he doing? He's not playing great defense. It's an interesting conversation when we talk about Connor Wong a bit. Sorry, chat. We started off on a rant here. Not sure why we just started off on a rant. Okay. Let me get back to questions here. What's up, Arnaldo? Sorry, I just didn't want to say that wrong. If there was one acquisition this offseason for the Red Sox that would make me go crazy, what would it be? Tariq Skubal. I don't think it's going to happen, but Tariq Skubal would absolutely be someone that makes me go absolutely crazy. What's up, Assassin? We just went over Danny Jansen's Baseball Savant page. I said hi to Mike. What do I think about the Costas offseason trade rumors? That would be whoever's making up those rumors are just people who are cranky. He wears a shiesty and stretches, to be honest with you. Like that's like if you're making up rumors that the Red Sox want to trade Tristan Casas, that's why. What up, AJ? Sounds good, my friend. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Teal is not ready for Major League Baseball. I love Kyle Teal, and I think he has a chance. And we talked about this in the members only live stream yesterday. But for those of you who weren't there, I'm interested to see if the Red Sox, because Kyle Teal has the talent and the ability to hit wherever he's at, right? It's going to probably a little bit of an adjustment period, right? The real thing that I assume that they are focusing on is the ability to call a game and the ability to become a very, very solid defensive catcher. If they can get him to that point, I could see him, even if he doesn't hit super well, I could see him having a shot at the opening day roster next year. Would I rather have say Don Rafaela or Wilyer Abreu? Probably say Don Rafaela. That's nothing against Wilyer Abreu, but say Don Rafaela can play elite defense at shortstop and center field. What about Corbin Burns? Yeah, but he said trade deadline acquisition. What's up, Speed Racer? What do I think our record would be today if the Sale Grissom trade never happened? So I see a lot of this, right? Oh, they traded Chris Sale. He would have done this in Major League Baseball. Or he would have done this for the Boston Red Sox. Obviously, he's doing in Major League Baseball right now. Out of Chris Sale's own words was that one of the biggest reasons he's been able to do what he's doing in Atlanta is because of the fact that he sort of wiped the page clean, right? He was able to get out of his own head. He was able to sort of restart his career, right? There was no pressure in Atlanta. He came in, and obviously injuries changed that a lot, but he came in as their number 4 starter. He came in as a guy that they didn't really have any expectations for. Atlanta Braves fans who I was talking to were saying, yeah, like, we don't expect Chris Sale to be Chris Sale. We expect him to be more of like what we expected James Paxton to look like when he was healthy for the Red Sox this season. There were no expectations on him. And Chris Sale himself said that in Boston, it felt like he was constantly failing the fans and the organization that gave him the opportunity to be the pitcher that he wanted to be. Those were his exact words, right? So the assumption that Chris Sale is coming over and staying in Boston and doing what he's doing in Atlanta is a tough one to make. It's a tough one to say, yes, he was absolutely going to be the pitcher that we're seeing in Atlanta in Boston. Could he have done it? Yes, he's that talented. He can do that. But I think there were factors outside of what, nice play, outside of what he was doing on the mound here that made him succeed in Atlanta that I just don't think you get. Yeah, I think they will, E. I think they'll start trading. I think we'll see a big trade this offseason. Maybe Sale was just unhappy here. Yeah, maybe. Not doing scoreboard? I'm an idiot and just forgot it. Call up Fitz. I wouldn't be surprised if... I think Fitz is the September call up. He's been really good in... he's been really, really good in AAA this month. Like, it feels like he's starting to figure it out a bit. There we go. There it is. Sorry, chat. Here, I'm gonna bring this up a little bit so you guys can see it a bit better. Man. Quinn Priester is not having a good start. He's already allowed 4 runs in 2 innings. Send you good vibes. When will O'Neal be back? He's in the lineup right now. Call up Grissom. Grissom's struggling in AAA right now. He's not making a lot of good contact. Will Grissom ever have a spot in the majors? I don't know. I don't know how it plays out, to be honest with you. Why isn't Penrod and Sogard up yet? I don't know why Sogard isn't here. I'm kind of surprised they're keeping Gasper up so long as opposed to Sogard. Penrod isn't here because he's been struggling out of the pen. How much will Hendricks change this? Hopefully a lot. Opener or starter? Well, he was supposed to be starting, but it's going to be more of an opening start, I think. Oh, well, Neil be back next year? No, I would guess not. Yeah, I don't love it, Kevin. I really liked what Nick Sogard did. Boy, Bayo, what a start. 97 sinking paint on the outside corner. Guess he's not Penrod. I almost said the exact same thing. Can I put the Twins score under the Red Sox game? Would you guys like that? I don't know if I can do that. It might take me a while. What's up, Jackson? Yeah, it might take me too long. If the Twins game ends up being a close one, yeah, we'll focus on the Sox game. We need the Twins to lose. Yeah, we do need the Twins to keep losing. Do you see that the Detroit Tigers are on an absolute heater? Do you see that? They took 2 out of 3 from New York. They won 2 out of 3 from the White Sox, and they've won their first 2 games against the Angels. What up, Genetic? It's all good, my friend. Welcome in. Our playoff chances may come down to the last game of the season, almost like 2011. They might. I'm not entirely positive they will, Christian, but they might. Sogard deserves a chance. I agree. Yeah, that's why I brought it up, E, because next series is against the Tigers, and they are white hot. So 4 games out, 30 games left. Yes. 4 games out, 30-ish. It might be 29, but yeah, 30-ish games left. Sogard should be in the majors. Hopefully Rafi comes back raking. Yeah, it sounds like he'll be back in the lineup tomorrow. It sounds like it. I'm not positive, but it definitely sounds like he'll be back in the lineup tomorrow. Devers is resting again. If one singular person complains about Rafael Devers taking 2 games off right now, I swear to God I'll ban you. I'm not saying you, Ansu. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general. I've seen a couple of the comments. With our luck, Prodigy is going to give up 10 runs. No. I'm not saying you're complaining, Ansu. It just reminded me. I saw a couple of comments. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, though. Yeah. Drives me nuts. Drives me insane. Drives me insane, actually. Like, makes me want to vomit. We did win last night without Devers. Team's just got to find a way to score. You know who needs to step up? Tyler O'Neill and Tristan Casas need to step up. There's Jarren Duran doing what Jarren Duran does. Mental health days are important. It's not for Rafi. It's not mental health. It's literally the fact that he's playing with no shoulders. Casas has been an upgrade. Yeah, Casas has been an upgrade in like every sense of the word. I saw someone after Casas had an error in one game. Someone actually commented on one of my videos, Dom Smith is a better player. I just breathe. Just missed it. Devers will need surgery. I don't think so. I don't think Devers will need surgery. They wouldn't have let him play if he needed surgery. Even with recency bias, Jackson, Tristan Casas in his first few games here has been hotter than Dom Smith has ever been at any point with the Red Sox. It was crazy. So much more upside. I couldn't believe it. I can't believe there are people that still get angry about his pregame ritual too. I saw someone post that and I was like, oh my God. They could pass the Royals. I have very little faith they could pass the Royals. Sneakily become doo-doo lately? Yeah, O'Neill's struggling. Clubhouse has got to hate this. Yeah, it's wild. It's kind of wild how that works in Boston. Like people, if someone's doing well, people will find something to complain about. So we go to, okay, so the schedule's on the screen now. Detroit and New York Mets. The Detroit Tigers are 8-2 in their last 10 games. The New York Mets are 6-4. We're playing 2 hot teams. Oh no. He's all right. He's all right, right? We're good. Hey, thank you so much for watching, Roderick. He's good. He's just taking his time getting up. He's fine, right? Yeah, he's fine. Just throw a little ice on it, huh? We got ice. Dom couldn't field his way out of a wet paper bag. Dom had his moments defensively where it was like, man, that was crazy. And then there were times where it was like, dude, you got to make that. It was all over the place. It was Tristan Casas, sorry. Yeah, Casas was doing his best Devers impression. Yeah, I'll give Dom Smith that. He was our best bullpen catcher. That's true. Or our bullpen pitcher. Dom Smith was our best bullpen pitcher. Get through. Go Duran. Go Duran. Go Duran. Go Duran. Go Duran. Yes. That's speed, baby. That's a good start, folks. Nesson's already messing up, but that's a good start, folks. Woo. Look at Duran motor. Dude's just lightning. Duran will get MVP votes. He'll probably finish, I would guess, probably top 5. If not, he'll definitely finish top 10. What's up, Paul? Big piece of chemistry. He was, but it's also like at some point, right? You gotta, like, you're a big league club, right? Everyone on this team understands that Tristan Casas, in terms of potential impact, is higher than Dom Smith on this team, not just in the media, but on this team understands that. And so, yeah, there probably was a moment and there probably was a lapse of, oh my God, we lost our buddy, we lost our friend, a mentor, whatever. But you also, I mean, you got to understand that these are like, I don't know. Like, I understand that point. I understand breaking up the chemistry, but like, Casas is such a bigger piece of this team. And there's Durant, there's Yoshida. Go, Tristan. Tristan fell. Tristan fell. Tristan fell. All right, Tristan. That's all right, buddy. Hey, we don't have you on here because of your speed. He just ate it, which is fine. He just ate it. Yeah, can't get caught up in the feels. It's sort of you wrapped it up nicely, E. I went on a rant. That's a great way to just wrap it up. Yeah, I crapped all over Connor before he got out here. So let's see if he can right his wrongs on one swing. Who's our best player? I mean, if we're going just straight up WAR, it's clearly Jarren Duran, right? He's at 8 WAR. But got out of work early? Nice. Is Duran the closest player to... No. Would you be able to show like MLB play-by-play in the top right without getting... No. Unfortunately, back east. What up, hero? But that's strictly talking WAR. I don't know if we're talking most impactful player on the Red Sox. I think it's still Duran. And I love Rafi. I think Rafi, there's a reason you gave Rafi $300 million, right? And he's been proving it this year. And what's impressive about Rafi is he has half the amount of WAR as Duran does, and he's got negative defensive WAR. So if we just take offensive WAR, Rafi's been better. It's ridiculous how good he is offensively. Oh, Connor Wong's striking out here, 100%. Who's my favorite baseball player as a kid? Excuse me. As a kid, it was always Kevin Youkilis because I was a first baseman. So it was always Youkilis. Mike Lowell, I transferred over at third base. It was him, Mike Lowell, and John Lester were my three favorites as a kid. I did love Papelbon too. 2007 specifically, Papelbon. Yeah, Kevin, big W to start the chat off. I didn't even go live and he dropped that. Incredible. There it goes. Pap 2007 Pap was unbeatable in terms of vibes. I do. Connor Wong is in it right now. In it. It's been 2 straight months of him being just in it in terms of his I mean, good Lord, dude. Where am I from? New Hampshire. Grew up 603. Yeah, that should have been like you should have gotten more of that inning. I think we won the Mookie trade. It is pretty impressive that the Red Sox don't have a grand slam this year. McGuire's a better hitter. McGuire was doing... McGuire, even with Connor Wong struggling right now, Reese McGuire was worse, which is crazy. I appreciate that, MB. Thank you so much. Who gets traded for pitching? I think we're probably gonna take a look at that at some point this game. Just start talking about what the Red Sox are gonna do this offseason because and we've talked about it a lot on this channel and we're going to talk about it a lot because that's probably what's up, Colby? That's probably going to be the biggest topic that we're gonna go over this entire offseason. I mean, it's going to be the biggest topic surrounding the Red Sox. What do they do? Where do they go? Who do they move? I don't know. It's a really, really interesting question. I don't think it'll be of the middle infield. Like, I know people want Marcelo Meyer to be traded. I do not want Marcelo Meyer to be traded. I think, like I talked about in the video, and for those of you who are concerned with Marcelo Meyer, one, you're not alone. The Red Sox are absolutely concerned about it. I mean, Alex Cora talked about it publicly, which if they were going to trade him, probably isn't something they put out publicly. But Alex Spear put out a great article where he talked about Marcelo Meyer in high school didn't focus on strength. He focused on flexibility and he focused on agility. And that's why the Red Sox really liked him because his swing, what he focused on was swing path, his approach to the zone, right? And his movements on the field. So when we're talking about Marcelo Meyer, the prospect, when we first drafted him, it was, oh, nice, Tyler. Atta baby Bayo. When the Red Sox first drafted him, Marcelo Meyer was advanced because of his focus on strictly, I want to be able to make contact. I want to be able to understand the zone. What the Red Sox had to do once they drafted him was add strength. And that's a big reason why you're seeing guys like Roman Anthony, who was also drafted as a high schooler, sort of be more malleable in terms of his durability. Who scored? Jarren Duran scored on a Willie Abreu single. And so the problem is with Marcelo Meyer is that you're looking to add muscle. You are looking to add strength to this ability. And that's a big reason why you're seeing the injuries that are occurring because he just simply has not learned yet how to balance adding that strength and continuing to build that pliability. Does that make sense? So when you're looking at, there's a lot of conversations about Marcelo Meyer being injury prone, and it's an interesting conversation to have because it's not so much he's injury prone because it's just how his body works. It's more so injury prone because he's trying to do both, and he's never done both before in his life. His first couple of years in the system weren't really about that. It was about getting himself comfortable. It was about figuring himself out. Now it's about doing everything. No, I don't work for the Red Sox, Hero. If I was working for the Red Sox, there'd be a lot more content. Call up Teal. He's not ready yet. Meyer was also a gymnast and a dancer. I really do not think that he was a gymnast or a dancer. But I appreciate you watching, Hero. Thank you. Who said no hitter? Whoever said no hitter absolutely jinxed us. What do I think about the female broadcasting team? I think they did a really good job. Who signs Corbin next year? Corbin Burns or me? Right, Jackson. It's about finding those, and that's why they're being really careful. Marcelo talked about, he did an interview, I think it was with Spear again, about what they're trying to do to prevent this going forward. What's up, Dennis? And part of it was they shut him down because they were being careful. He said, yeah, I was taking swings. I was feeling better, but the Red Sox really wanted me to make sure that I was fully healthy for next year. Do you think they'll be able to hold on to Duran after his contract expires? I think that'll be a conversation for a couple years down the road, Easton, because he's going to be 32 in free agency. The Red Sox extend or lock him up? No, they don't need to, Paul. They have Durant through all of his prime years. That's why you sign a player to arbitration, to get him through his prime years. You already have Durant's prime years. You don't need to lock him up. Thoughts on the series so far? It has been bad. Don't tell me that. Okay. Trust me, you'd much rather have Bob. You'd much rather have Bob on this 40-man than me. They bring up Anthony or Campbell in September. Drinking the best drink. Propel slaps, dude. I'm so addicted to Propels. The problem with Anthony is you can't just throw him out there, right? Because then you take away playing time from Willier, Cedon, and Duran, who have been arguably three of your best players this season. Campbell's interesting because you could technically call him up, right? If he keeps hitting like this, it can be hard to ignore him. But, you're going to be... Man, am I going to be in Worcester for the September call-ups? Is September call-ups Saturday? No, it's Sunday. But you can't take away from O'Neill and David Hamilton. Is Mike here? Is Mike here? Because if Mike's here, I'm going to say okay. If Mike's not here, here's what I'll say about... I think Campbell's ceiling is so much higher than David Hamilton's. If you are... Like, the impact he could have defensively and offensively is... The only thing David Hamilton has over him would be his stealing ability. Mango's good, too. I've never had the mango Propels. I really like the black cherry Propels. I have berry right now, but I usually have the black cherry. Certainly not just you, Ryan. Certainly not just you. That was a fair ball. Thoughts on the grape one? I like the grape one. This is sponsored live stream. Yep. No, I can't legally say that. It is not sponsored. Do we have Romy for next year? I don't think so. I thought Romy was a free agent after this season. If I was sponsored by Propel, I'd be the happiest person in the world. Hey, Propel, if you're watching, dude, I'm open. I'm open. Fruit 2.0? Oh, my God. I forgot about Fruit 2.0. Romy's pre-arbitration? Oh, no. Romy's arb? Yeah, Mustache Romy is a much different beast. Okay, so what do we want to do for the off season? I mean, it's starting, right? Get a top starting pitcher. We talked about this again. The members only live stream yesterday, so some of the members are hearing this again, but the potential for this rotation is really high. Next year, what's up, Wes? Next year, you're going to have Houck after a full season in a starting role. Cutter, potentially. I could see him getting to the bullpen, but Cutter in a full season as starter. Bayo after his sophomore season. Giolito, healthy. You had a legitimate frontline starter to that. Yeah, I would say that's a pretty good. Oh, what are we chasing at there, say Don? Will I do anything on the channel off season? Oh yeah. We still do we do videos. It's a little bit less frequent, but it's essentially as frequent. Think we will get Jordan Montgomery? I am all done on the Jordan Montgomery sweepstakes. I'm not uttering his name ever again. I swear to God. I wanted him so bad. He stunk it up. He's in the bullpen now with Arizona. Probably not Easton. Walk off of all time? I don't know, man. I'd have to think about it, Colbster. Yeah, Jackson. I was all in on Montgomery this offseason. Paredes wins the spot. No. The Paredes won't be back until midway through next year, probably. Because he got Tommy John midway through this season. He won't be back. He might not even pitch again in 25. I don't think Boston's in on the Soto sweepstakes. No, I'd be shocked. I mean, it'd be awesome. It'd be fantastic. I don't think they will. Yeah, I just don't see them going after Juan Soto, especially when they can, if Roman Anthony's a player that they think he can be. Nope. Would be fun. Absolutely. And you'd have a lot of fun here, I think. But, man. Moving these guys all around. I think that's part of it. I think that's part of it, E. But I think that was forced circumstance as opposed to just, the way they wanted to play, right? I think they were sort of forced into having to play these guys all over the place. That was a pretty good one, Colbster. Soto's a Yankee for life? I don't know, man. Obviously, he's probably having a lot of fun with Aaron Judge, but he's going to go to the highest bidder. And I don't know if that's going to be the Yankees. Arroyo or Vasquez? I was a Christian. I think my Instagram still says Christian Arroyo believer. I still think that dude would have been a good player if they gave him, or if he stayed healthy. But I think I go Vasquez. He was great at calling games. Does Rafael stay short next season? Probably not. I would guess he goes back to the outfield. If you could have one pitcher in the entire history of baseball to add to this team at the start of the year, other than Pedro, because that was going to be my immediate answer, who is it? Prime Randy Johnson. Prime Randy Johnson. Wouldn't even you could ask me that 1,000 times. Prime Randy Johnson. Jarren Duran, 2 for 2. If the Dodgers get Juan Soto, I'm good. I'm good with baseball. Rafael could be short at shortstop, could be an all-star. Rafael at center field could be an all-star too. Roderick, thank you so much for becoming a member. Can we get some claps to the chat for Roderick, please? Thank you so much. Yeah, Dodgers going to find a way to get him for $4. We need our good luck bat, chap. Picked up this wiffle ball bat yesterday. Red Sox got hot. We're going to keep it. We're going to keep it up. Bob Gibson, that wouldn't be a bad one. Yeah. I'm thinking yeah, it's my rally bat, chat. It worked last night. Let's see if it works tonight. How Giolito, Bayo, who else? That's a great question. That's the answer. That's the question they need to answer, right, Dinah? That's the question they need to answer. You got to get an ace somehow. I love Tanner, but imagine, oh, nice rip, just right at him. Imagine Tanner is your number 2, right? When we're winning? No. I pulled this out after they scored 1 run yesterday. I'm telling you. If not, I will burn it. I promise that isn't a fart. It's this ball down here. Oh, you can hear that, right? Free to Burns. Yeah, free to Burns, fine. I love that Kevin's still up there. He absolutely deserves that. Freed, I don't know about Freed, man. He's having a rough year this year. Trade. I think you're gonna get the starting pitcher in a trade. That's where you go. Because you got to find a way to trade either a major league talent or a big prospect. Say Don plays short next year. I would guess probably not. I would guess he's in center field. He's a great shortstop. I think he could be an even better center fielder. Sell my soul for Skeens. Imagine the Pirates trade us. Okay, here's the question. Would you do Paul Skeens for Jarren Duran straight up? Straight up. If the Pirates came to you and they said, we want Jarren Duran, we'll give you Paul Skeens. It's never going to happen. It'll never happen. But I'm curious. No way. Not even a question. I think it's not a no-brainer, but I think it's a. When is Hill pitching? I have no idea when Hill's going to get into a game. PGA Tour. Oh my God, say Don. Oh my God, say Don. Skeens is due for Tommy John. I mean, you can say that about any young pitcher in Major League Baseball, though. You can literally say that about any young pitcher in Major League Baseball. Look at this. Look at this play, dude. Ew. Ew. Ooh, I don't know. Are they going to challenge? No. The Blue Jays kind of suck at challenging. Sister of the Pittsburgh Pirates for Skeens. If you get Skeens, I don't know, man. I think I do it, dude. I think I trade Duran for him. I think I do. Would I play Grissom or Story at shortstop? Story. Like, imagine Paul Skeens on the Red Sox. I mean, if they're still together, yeah, she's a package deal. Nice. Oh, I thought he missed that. Speaking of Von Grissom, singles on the bottom of the third, 2-runner score. Worcester ties Toledo 4-4. Never. No. It will never happen. You're right, E. I just wanted to throw it out there to see what the reaction would be. What was the question? What's the package for Scooble? That's the question, right? That's the question. What do you put in the package for Scooble? I don't know. Man. I mean, I think it's Willier, dude. Willier goes in there. You need more than that, though. You need more than Willier. Abreu, Hamilton, one of the big three. You're not going to get Myers is going to be probably your least valuable out of the three right now because he's injured. Willier's going to be a star. Yeah, he is, but you need pitching desperately. Desperately. Have I been impressed with Bayo recently? Last start, no. Outside of that, yes. Last start was brutal. Outside of that, yes. All right, so now here's the question. Crochet's easier to get. Crochet scares me a little bit, man. He's got that big injury. I guess Scooble's got an injury history too. Every pitcher in Major League Baseball's got a injury history at this point, right? It's so like at this point it's tough to talk about any starting pitcher and be like, oh, but he's got a bit of an injury history because every single one of them does. I think the only one that doesn't is Corbin Burns. He even might have a year where he had Tommy John, but outside of them, I don't know, man. I'm curious. I still think the Red Sox, and I don't want them to do this, but I do think the Red Sox are going to try and trade Massa this offseason so they have versatility in the I wonder if he's here. Versatility in the DH position, because then you can bring up an Anthony without having to trade anybody, right? Because then you can move around the DH slot a little bit. Yeah, that's exactly it, Assassin. Yeah, I'm a big Abreu guy, man. I'm a big Abreu guy. I'm curious, like if they just flat out like, and I don't want them to do this because I do think there are implications of what trading Massa does in terms of your ability to get future Japanese players, and I also think he does a lot at the plate for the Red Sox. Like he's so dynamic at the plate. He can, Massa's so good as a hitter that he has, and he's talked about it before, he's 3 different swings. He's an A swing, a B swing, and a C swing. And he knows, as he's up to bat, which swing he needs to use in order to either get a run across the plate or get something going. And that's the sign of a really, really good hitter. So I love him. But, you talk about the construction of this team. You talk about the fact that they're so invested in the big four now, I guess. And if they go out and they sign a Corbin Burns, they could hypothetically hold on to all 4 of those guys find spots for him and still be able to keep the guys in the outfield right now. I don't know. I don't love it. I don't think it's impossible. What would you get from Asa? You wouldn't get anything, really. Any chance on Roki? I don't know, man. What scares me about Roki is that Roki is going to have essentially the same offer from everybody, right? Because he's coming in, 2 years or a year earlier. If he does end up going to free agency this season, which sounds like he might, there are rumblings that he might. George Springer's still a good outfielder. If he comes in here, everyone's on an even playing field, essentially, or to some degree. There are teams that have larger international free agent signing bonuses than others, but it's all right around the same. It's going to come down to where this guy wants to go. And what scares me is, to be honest with you, the Red Sox, I don't think they put in a truly competitive offer for Yamamoto. They put in a better offer than what Shota signed for. Neither of those guys really wanted anything to do with the Red Sox, which scares me. What up, Joseph? How are you, my friends? Let's win tonight. Boy, would that be nice, huh? Roki's going to the Dodgers. Sure feels like it. I mean, they're going to be losing Walker and most likely Kershaw too. It's like they lined it up perfectly to get it. I'm glad you're doing well. I don't know. I think about the Roki Sasaki thing like once the Red Sox either get eliminated from the playoffs. Nova Scotia, welcome in, Roderick. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. Casas, what are we swinging at there, dude? Walker Buehler, I get nervous with Walker, man. He's been, again, we talk about injury history. It's tough to talk about anyone when we talk about injury history, but I don't know what kind of contract that was. What are we doing, Blue? I don't know what kind of contract Buehler will end up getting. He's having a really down year. He missed more games this year. I don't know. He makes me nervous. Oh. This is the second time Willier's done that. He's going to get tossed again. He's going to get tossed again. I think it's they want a winning culture too. I think that's the big thing, right? And they know for a fact the Dodgers are committed to winning. Right, like these guys come over from Japan, and they know the Dodgers are going to attempt to win every single year. Pitching free agent class is elite. I don't know if I would say elite. There are options for sure, but a lot of these guys are older, man. Like if you look at the free agents coming up, it's a lot of older players. Like in terms of starting pitching, it's a lot of 33, 35, 34. So, yes, it's a decent free agent class, but at the same time, too, it's I think we see him at some point, Easton. Yeah, I think we see Marcel Meyer at some point next year. But this is what I'm talking about, right? If I hate to say it because I don't want them to trade him. I don't want them to trade like anyone on this big league roster. But it feels like they're going to. It feels like they are going to attempt to trade someone on the big league roster as opposed to a prospect. Which they might prove me wrong totally. I've been wrong plenty of times on this channel before, and you guys certainly have called me out for it. What's up, Daniel? But if we're looking at trade candidates, there are a couple of options. You either trade someone really good, a Duran, a Abreu, Rafaela, and you get a really good starting pitcher. Or you trade Masataka Yoshida. You can use Campbell as your second baseman. You can use Teal as your catcher and have Wong either move into a backup role or split time there. You now have 4 outfielders that you can play every day. Cycle them through DH. You can now cycle DH with Trevor Story and Marcel Meyer. You could put Trevor Story at third base. You put Marcel Meyer at third base. You could cycle in Rafi at DH, right? All of a sudden, that DH position becomes vital to getting these guys all onto the roster. And that's what scares me about Masa. Is Bieber going to be healthy for 2024? And Flaherty has some health issues too. The Yankees flat out backed out of that trade because of health issues. I don't know. Should Brady get an Evo Shield for his back foot? He might have to go up there in full catching gear at this point. If he's gonna keep swinging at pitches that hit him either somewhere on the leg or the foot, just throw him in full catcher's gear. Bayo putting people on his knees is a good sign. Just got to get through Guerrero. That's all you got to do. Get through Guerrero. There's a ton of buyer beware. Yeah. Especially when it comes to, starting pitching, it's you're not going to be able to sign a starting pitcher that does not have a history of injuries. It's not. What's up, Jack? You're flat out, you are not going to be able to. You're not. Every single person that's on that free agent list has a history of injuries. It's about how much you're willing to risk, which is going to make it interesting. And we've talked about this before, but the fact that teams are starting to lock up young talent as early as they are completely changes the landscape of free agency, because once in a while you're going to get those guys like a Juan Soto and a Shohei Ohtani, right? Those guys take over the offseason. But once you get past those guys, even last year, it wasn't so much these are franchise-altering players that you can sign in free agency. Like in the past. Now, a lot of them haven't worked out, right? Carl Crawford, Pablo Sandoval. Hanley had his moments. Price had his moments, right? But you sign those guys and it's like, man, that is going to totally change this Red Sox team. There were players who would have fit really well with the Red Sox in free agency this offseason. They did not get. Good God, this is going to be a fast game. We're an hour in. We're in the 5th inning. But there weren't any, like, Ohtani was that dude. Yamamoto could be that dude. Outside of that, I mean, who's the franchise-altering player that was on the free agent market? This offseason sort of similar. You've got Juan Soto, who is obviously a franchise-altering player, but outside of that, who else? Who else? Will the league take a serious look into the changes that are leading to? I would assume they're trying to figure out a way to prevent me. The problem is the only way to really prevent it is to make hitters worse. That's the reason or allow sticky substances again. And I don't think they're going to do either. So I don't know if there really is a solution to increase in injuries unless you want to start doing, minimizing. Unless they want to start minimizing innings, right? If you start making it normal for starters to go 4 innings, expand rosters so you can have more bullpen arms, or have more rotational pieces, that's really your only solution. If you could, that's what it comes down to at the end of the day, because these guys aren't going to stop spinning the ball the way they're spinning. Okay, so you put. Yes, Corbin Burnes I'd put in that franchise-altering category. But again, this is the same conversation about last year. You had 2 pitchers who were in the franchise, or you had 2 players. One was a pitcher and a hitter who's the greatest player maybe ever. The other one was Yamamoto. This season, it's Juan Soto, who could end up being one of the best hitters ever, and Corbin Burnes. And then outside of that, it's guys who help your team, but you really have to start having... You really have to start having these conversations about, okay, does it make more sense to stop relying so much on the offseason market in terms of free agents? And what does that do to guys who are 30, 32, trying to get a contract here? They're going to have to live off of 1-2 year deals for the rest of their time because they couldn't get the pre-arbitration deal that a lot of these guys are getting? I don't know. It's a really, really interesting conversation about the landscape of baseball. Pitchers also need a timeout. But how many timeouts do you give a pitcher, and when can you allow him to use it? Kenley's a free agent, yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing rosters expanding. Yeah, it'd be an interesting conversation. If you pulled the 26-man roster, you made it 28, does that prevent injuries? I don't know. I think it'd be worth a shot. Vladdy made a great play there. Wow. Max Fried. Yeah, Max Fried is definitely someone we're going to be talking a lot about this offseason as sort of that guy. That guy we're talking about right now, right? Where you could do maybe a 3-4 year deal for. Take a chance on Bieber. Is he going to be healthy for the beginning of the season? Because you need that guy. If you're gonna go out and get an ace, you're going to need that guy right away. Fried injury history scares me. Yeah, but the problem with that, Robbie, we talked about it already a little bit this stream. I know you're getting killed by kids travel baseball. Everyone you could talk about, I think you could make the argument that there is a injury history. Hey, our friend Mikey Romero just hit his first AA home run. This dude is on fire right now. What's up, Action? Don't think the Red Sox making the playoffs? Oh, good God, Connor. Good God. Yeah, that's a good point, Robbie. It's a good point. It's a conversation we're gonna have to have over the offseason. Right? It's a conversation that we're gonna have to have over the offseason where we just talk about, everyone's got an injury history. It's about who are you willing to take the chance on. I think they're in position to make a deep postseason run next year, Easton. And I think even if those guys don't develop into what you need them to develop in the first year, you still have this young core that you've had basically the entire season. And then if you can get good pitching, you'll be in a real good spot. I mean, take this offense, add in a league average pitching staff, you're a playoff team. Even with the errors, you're a playoff team. You want Roman Anthony to get called up? Then who are you taking playing time away from? Wilyer, Cedon, or Abreu? I'm sorry, Wilyer, Cedon, or Duran? Which one of those guys' action are you taking playing time away from? That's the conversation. There we go. Stop chasing pitches outside of the zone. Stop chasing pitches outside of the zone. Simple. Stop swinging at uncompetitive pitchers. You guys are willing to take playing time away from Wilyer in the last couple of months in the last month of the season. You're totally okay with that. Having Wilyer sit, Blue. Come on. O'Neal's already, you know what I mean? Like O'Neal's right. No, I understand. I told you guys to pick. My question is, though, if, say, the Red Sox, and I don't know if this is actually going to happen, bench Yoshida. Yoshida's been one of your best hitters in the second half. Can't do that. And if you do consider Wilyer Abreu a trade candidate, right? If you do consider him a trade candidate, wouldn't it raise his price if you were to play him the rest of the season and he was continuing to be really good? He continued to be really good, maybe even win or get close to a Rookie of the Year. If you were a team and say the Red Sox are throwing Wilyer Abreu out there for let's just throw out Logan Gilbert. Right? I don't think they're going to go after Logan Gilbert. I don't think it's a possibility, but say you are the Mariners and the Red Sox come calling to you and they say, "Hey man, I got this fantastic deal for you. You need offense. You have the worst offense in baseball. We need pitching. You've got the best pitching in baseball. We got a really good outfielder here in Wilyer Abreu." The first thing they're going to say is, "Okay, then why did you sit him for Roman Anthony? If you thought he was so good, why'd you sit him for Roman Anthony?" Right? There's the question. Sound the craziest? Let Duran and Anthony split time. You need to get Anthony every day at bats. That's the other thing. Like having Anthony up here to get an at bat every other day. Look at this. Wilyer Abreu versus AL rookies. It's first. Like, that's not the dude you sit right now. Home run second, RBIs fourth, OPS first, extra base hits first, average first. Even if you think he's going to get traded this offseason, you can't sit him. The other thing with Roman Anthony, too, is the second you bring him up, his clock starts. Right? The second you bring him up, his clock starts. Which is another thing. The Red Sox had to be cognizant of that. Because if he does turn into the play, what are we doing? That was 3-2, wasn't it? But again, Yoshida's your hottest hitter. Well, actually, okay, second hottest. Jarren Duran is Johnny Blaze right now. But outside of him. Was that a pitcher violation? Oh, no. No. It was a hitter violation. Okay. Got to become the boys of fall. God, I hope so. Because they certainly were not the boys of summer. They were the boys of June. Big double play, Bale. That a boy. Yeah. Alex Cora doesn't sign, for sure. Any chance they would want him? I mean, Cole plays terribly in Fenway Park. That's interesting. Yeah, but you would have to call up Campbell at the same time, E. And then what do you can't just DFA Tyler O'Neill, I don't think. Oh, do they, Skylar? I haven't even seen them. That's sick. I tried to watch One Piece. It's just so many seasons, dude. I made it through like 4, and I was like, I need a break. To go back to your question, Christian, what do you think they'd have to give up this offseason for a top-tier pitcher? Ideally, money. That's ideally what you'd want. That'd probably be a really good pitch, actually, Robbie. Demon Slayer. I keep hearing good things about Demon Slayer. I just got this app called Libby. And if you have a library card, you get like unlimited access to comic books. So that's what I've been doing in my free time. There we go. Brian Payo, man. Woo. I was going to ask Prodigy if you were just being exaggerating or if you meant to say pitches. In terms of what you'd have to give up to get a starting pitcher, a top starting pitcher, you're probably looking at someone within the top 4. How many strikeouts is that? Dad Bayo's built different. I jokingly said that in a video. I'm not joking anymore. That is 6 for Brian Bayo. What do we think about? Yeah, so Rafaela probably will play short the rest of the year. I'm still in the I don't think Trevor Story is coming back this season camp. Then switch off Anthony and O'Neill in left field. Here's the thing. It depends on whether or not you're in the playoff race. Because if O'Neill is struggling right now after coming back from the IL, But if you look at his July and early August statistics, he was the best hitter on the Red Sox. So I guess it depends where they are in the standings. I also just like let him get his reps in, because the other thing too is action. And I know people don't want to hear this, but if they are saying, hold on a second, we really like Duran, Abreu, and Cedon in the outfield. Those we really like that combination, and we're thinking about trading Roman Anthony. It's the same conversation we had with Willie Abreu, right? You go to the Mariners, you say, you say, hey, we want George Kirby, we'll give you Roman Anthony. They go, what about the fact that he hit 210 with a 42% or with a 32% strikeout rate at the major league level for the last month of the year? Yeah, sure, he's a great talent, but what about this? Now, you don't want to give the teams the what about this. If you can avoid it, avoid it. Especially with players who are as unproven as that's. We had the conversation like this with Nick York, right? A lot of people wanted Nick York up here, and I wanted Nick York up here, but it was clear that there was a possibility he was getting traded at the deadline, and that is the reason. No, Skyler, it's not. These guys get tested way too much. Oh, man. Fenway Park has Oktoberfest. Oh, I'm going. Yeah, T.O. probably gets tested a lot. Where's Sogard been? He's been hanging out in AAA. I don't know why they haven't called him back up, to be honest with you. Oh, I agree, E. That's the goal, right? Their goal is to try and make them look as least value as possible, the people who are trying to get him onto their team. My point is that if you give them anything outside of what they already have, it makes it even worse, right? You are trying to avoid just laying it out for them on the table. Right, exactly, Dill. They are trying everything in their power to load that gun. If you give him, come on, guys. No, I didn't see the Celtics new signing. Or Joe Castiglione. If you're putting me next to Joe Castiglione, dude. Lonnie Walker. Yeah, I don't know who that is, to be honest with you. It's not really a matter of whether or not they want to trade him. It's not a matter of whether or not they want to trade him, because I don't think they do want to trade him. It's keeping their options open, right? If Romanti comes up here and he hits 110 with a 32% strikeout rate, and it is clear as day he's got to work on hitting a curveball. It sounds stupid, but it's happened before. Look at Jackson Holiday. Right? Do you think obviously the Orioles aren't trading Jackson Holiday, but my point is, if you were the Orioles, would you have traded Jackson Holiday after what he did at the major league level? No. No, Roman's a lefty. Would I go for Jesus Luzardo in the offseason? I don't think I would. I was big on Jesus Luzardo coming into the season. I really, really liked him. I thought he was going to be healthy. The problem is he just cannot stay healthy. Like that is a dude who flat out cannot stay healthy. That is a dude who flat out cannot stay healthy. I think the lefty thing is a bit overblown to me. I know they've had issues this year, but if the talent is there and you are able to get these guys to hit left-handed pitching, I don't care. It takes a little bit, you just got to do a little bit extra, right? It's just a little bit of extra work. his way through the airport. Anthony strikeouts are a little concerning. Yes and no, E. The big reason I say yes and no is because, one, if you go into, I'm just going to pull up his, I want to pull up his Fangraphs page because I do want to talk about Anthony's strikeouts. We've had this conversations a few times here. Let me pull up his Fangraphs page. All right, so it's a 25.5% strikeout rate over 84 games in Double-A. Yeah, you would sit there and you would say, man, that is a bit concerning, right? You would sit there and you would say, interesting. But at the same time, too, he's also walking 12.8% of the time. So if you're talking about ability, like you still have, even with the 25% strikeout rate, you had a 367 on base percentage. All right, a 367 on base percentage with a 489 slug. You're talking about an OPS here. I'm not going to try and do the math, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. 856 with that almost, 25% strikeout rate? I mean, if you are going to strike out once every 4 at-bats, but the other 3 at-bats, you're finding a way to get on base, right? You can still be a very productive player. So I'm not super worried about it. If the walk rate was really low, if the walk rate was really low, I would say he's chasing too many pitches, right? And that is a problem because if you're chasing that many pitches in Double-A or in Triple-A, man, that is only going to get worse in Major League Baseball. But the fact that you have a 13% walk rate with a 25% strikeout rate tells me he's missing on pitches inside the zone, and that's something you can figure out. Yeah, but walks and slugging will go down the majors. It might. It might not. Right? It might not. Costas got up here. He swung and missed a lot, but his slug and his walk rate haven't moved. Would I be mad if you signed Kikuchi? If that was the only move you made, yeah. The next Husak I want to see called up is Campbell. Yeah, I think a lot of people want that. Right, so I don't know. I think when we look at the Roman Anthony strikeout thing, that's who he looks like, KT. Thank you. This whole series, I've been like, man, that guy Ernie looks like somebody. Nice play, Romy. Minimize that next year in order to succeed. Yeah, no, you're right. But if, I think you're going to have most likely a strikeout issue. Going to have a strikeout issue with, if you're comparing it to the rest of the league with probably this lineup again, because it's going to feature a lot of young players again. That's a big reason why this year you were seeing a lot of strikeouts. Willier is brand new to Major League Baseball. Say Don's brand new to Major League Baseball. Costas is only in his second year in Major League Baseball, right? These are guys who, Wong, this is his first, I think this is his second full season in the entire sport, right? You're talking about everybody outside of O'Neill, Devers, Duran to some degree. And that's kind of it in terms of players who have had experience playing true full seasons in Major League Baseball. I think that's a big reason why we're seeing a lot of strikeouts. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It needs to be cut down. The problem is, I don't know if it's going to be because, again, next year, you're most likely going to be injecting guys like Brian. Oh my God, Brian. Dude is having himself a ball tonight. Dude is having himself a ball. Now, I don't feel comfortable. I do not feel comfortable with a 1-run lead. Only one who didn't give up on Bayo? No, I think a lot of people are still high on Bayo. I think what happened with Bayo a lot this year was confidence. I think building that back up is going to be a long process. Yeah, he's engineering some great outs tonight. Defense making some good plays behind him, which is helping a lot. Now, if we could just get to this dude Bassett, take him out. You really want to go with the bullpen 7, 8, 9? I don't trust it. I mean, who are you going to put in the 7th? Martin pitched yesterday. You do have Kenley, but how do you get to Kenley? I think I trust Kelly an inning. But then who do you give it to? Got to see Bayo's performance against Texas. That was a good performance. It could, right? It could. I think a lot of people also said that about Devers when he was hitting really well. Brad Keller's no longer on the team. What's up, Baseball Legacy? Keller got DFA'd. Oh my God, are we going to see Rich Hill? Please don't do that to me. Connor wanted to record an RBI. Whoever made this parlay is just throwing darts at a board. Let Peepop pitch. Rich Hill's in the bullpen, which I kind of don't mind. I'd rather them only do very short bursts of Rich Hill as opposed to trying to give him 4 or 5 innings. Yeah, that was pooed on. It was directly at somebody. Done with Fallout 76 today? Congratulations. I heard that's a long game. Simply unacceptable action. Simply unacceptable. Still up 1-0. O'Neal is 4 for 30 since coming off the IL, by the way. Oh, I thought Tristan Casas just mauled that. I thought Tristan Casas just mauled that. What would I do? I don't know who you get in the 7th. Unless you're comfortable with Slayton for 2 innings. I don't know if I love Bayo in the 7th either. Kelly? Yeah, Kelly would be interesting. That's what I'm kind of thinking he's going to be. That's what I'm kind of thinking. I think they put Bayo out there for the 7th because he's only at 70 pitches, so. Yeah, Rich Hill is terrifying. Hey, Willie, let's give us a little bit of insurance here, huh, brother? Just a little bit of insurance. That's all I want. Bayo doesn't get run support. Haven't they won like Bayo's last 3 or 4 games? Milton's finest with the hold. Oh my God, guys. Come on. That's like 3 or 4 pitches now that they have just missed. Barely, but they just missed. Should have let Bassett try and catch it. That would have been sweet. All right, Chad. Who do we put out for the 7th? I have no idea. Even Nightbot's. Yeah, Nightbot wants this game finished by Dig Mountain. That's what he wants. There's no. I mean, we didn't see anyone warming in the bullpen, so I don't think anyone's coming in. We'll see. We'll see how bad does here. Twins are about to score big time. I hope not. Garcia's injured. I may have to start tracking the Twins game on my phone. I would say right now, Joe, it's second base for sure. Top of the 4th. Chris Sale's still on the mound. Or bottom of the 4th. Chris Sale's still on the mound. You got Jose Miranda up. Chris Sale's about to lose the... Oh, boy. Oh, Chris, don't do this to me. Think Whitlock will bounce back? I think Whitlock will be good in the bullpen. Yeah, he's really athletic, Joe. He's really athletic. The problem is they've just missed for like 3 innings. Punch him out, Bayo. Come on, baby. Yeah, this is the part I don't like. Hamilton, what are we doing, dude? Oh man. What That was like, that didn't even look athletic. I'm sorry. Hamilton's been good defensively recently. That did not look athletic. We gave him a hit for that. Interesting. Let's get a little ground ball here, huh? Mr. Mad. Mr. Mad is way too generous on this channel. Make sure every single person in the chat likes that comment. He does it by win. I mean, come on. Mad, you were unbelievably generous, man. This is the third week in a row. Mr. Mad has donated $1 for every like the Red Sox have gotten. I think it's actually 4 weeks in a row. Truly, I cannot thank you enough, Mr. Mad. Truly, I cannot thank you enough. It is unbelievable generosity in this community. Really. And I still don't feel like I deserve it, man. Thank you so much. Message was, am I the only one looking forward to the Rich Hill bobblehead night? The Rich Hill bobblehead night could be pretty sweet, though. What was that play, guys? Can we not do this, please? I'll keep trying, Mr. Matt. I'll keep trying. But thank you so much. What are we? Offense, you're killing me. Or defense, you're killing me. Please, please, please. Rich Hill bobblehead belongs in an antique store. Mr. Mad's a class act. He is. He's a good guy. Really too generous. I'm doing good. Did I hear that comment about Jordan Montgomery? Yeah. Yeah. He said that he would be with, now he didn't say he'd be with the Red Sox. He said that Scott Boras messed up his offseason. There we go, Casas. Nice fielded. Boom. Woo. Bayo was gone 7 innings for the first time in 2024, folks. He looks nice on the mound there. Man, imagine Montgomery on this team would have been, oh, man. Gotta have the hats off for Bayo. Gonna come out for the 8th? I don't know. I see the Yankees were getting Verdugo. Yeah, even if Richard Fitz ends up being just like a up and down reliever, I think we won that trade. How do I know Montgomery would have been bad for us? That's a good point. That's a great point, Prodigy. That is a great point. Rich Hill bringing in the free agents. Everyone's like, dude, I gotta pick the brain of Rich Hill. I'd be happy with the Yoshida moonshot. Yeah, I'm watching that. Still there's 2 outs though, so there's a potential here for them to still capitalize, but man, Sale is yucking them right now. That's crazy. Never mind. Fly out. This feels really weird. I'm rooting for Chris Sale in not a Red Sox uniform. All right, Yoshida has been a little bit off all game. I'm going to call my shot here. Yoshida's going yard. Do I think Tristan will go free agent? I hope not, man. I hope they're able to capitalize him a little bit. We had Chris Sale. It didn't work for us. My Yankee fan that I play golf with every Thursday is not happy with the Fitz trade. Yeah. Another 25? All right, Yoshida. Come on, baby. I got bills to pay, Yoshi. I like the count. 2-1. Bassett's 7 innings here. He's weaning a little bit. I can feel it. He's weaning a little bit. Stuff isn't as sharp. See, 89 miles on the cutter. I hope, Steven, it's Corbin Burns. Yeah, Yankee fans always find something. Oh, Yoshi, that was a pitch. That was the pitch. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. That's why they give you 3 pitches. Ooh. Felt like you wanted that one. Could we see Bayo? I think it's a possibility. I wouldn't mind them going to Slayton here, though. This game is boring. This game's been really quick. This game probably over by like 9:15. Now that I say that, it's probably going to be some ridiculous. Are you kidding me? Oh, it wasn't a catch. Okay. Whew. Yeah, he didn't catch it. We're good. Do you think we have one rookie of the year with Abreu and Rafaela? I think there's a chance, Joe. I think there's a chance. I don't know how they're challenging this. This is very clearly not a catch. They tax me on donations? Yeah, they tax me on everything, my friend. They tax me on everything. Yeah. Toronto, one thing I've noticed about Toronto in this series, they have a terrible challenge system there. Can you watch the Braves game? We might stick around for a little bit. Yeah, the only way they get that though, Joe, is if they Ceddanne Rafaela should be rookie of the year. He has been very clearly the most valuable rookie major in the American League. I think that's kind of hard to debate. Problem is his stats don't jump off the page at you, which is annoying. It's 84, I think. The Red Sox Instagram has no idea what to post. Yeah, it's crazy. It would be great if the Braves actually were able to score a run. What was the only run they've scored so far? Jorge Soler. I didn't even know Jorge Soler was back on the Braves, if I'm being honest with you. A lot of people from New England moved down to the Carolinas. Spencer's got the full setup right now. Yeah, I didn't either, Skylar. Or that first relay, I thought he was in. I thought he got under that. All right, Connor. Yes. Masa, do not go 3. Thank you. All right. We like this. Hey, good luck, Steven. Connor Wong did something, ladies and gentlemen. See, this is what we get for crapping on him. How'd you end up in Japan? I'm just curious. Yeah, Yoshi trying to get for 3 that night was brutal. Military? Makes sense. Do you like it over there? I've heard really good things about like living in Japan. The mean streets of Lexington. The mean streets of Lexington, Massachusetts. Yeah, maybe Connor just needed a swift kick in the butt, and that's what we gave him. Ex-wife and kids kept you here? Makes sense. Yeah, I've heard very similar things. I've heard very similar things about Japan. Oh, Romy, dude. You can't give away like that. You cannot give it away like that, dude. Come on. Yeah, I'd love to go to Tokyo one of these days. I mean, what are we doing? Why are we trying to bunt that? Yo, she scampers at fast pace. And Bassett's been wild all game, man. That was getting that out in the first pitch was brutal. I can't remember the person who said it yesterday. Or last week, but it was someone said, maybe it was Matt or Mark. I think it was Mark. Said that Yoshida runs like he's trying to teach someone else how to run, and that is the perfect explanation. Perfect explanation as to how Masataka Yoshida runs. Korea's pretty crazy. Yeah, I heard Korea's kind of nuts. I had a friend who went to South Korea for a semester. Oh, Zidane. He has left. Probably, I would think he's out here for the 5th, and then maybe it depends on how quickly you can get through this 5th inning. That's an interesting lineup, Steven. There you go. Yeah, Bassett was a good pitcher. That's one of those guys that, like, man, I can't believe they never called him. I'm putting the bat on the ground. Two very different approaches to the Yoshida joke. Yoshida runs like those bad movies where they fake run in front of green screen. True. And then right under that, Masa runs like he's got two legs that move. And he plans for the holidays. What holidays? Who do you think we bring up for September call-ups? My guess is Richard Fitz and Nick Sogard. Sorry. That's what I said too. Joey, what's going on, my friend? Hey, Joey's here, folks. Yesterday, Joey came into the chat the same inning the Red Sox blew up. Why we send out? Because they wanted Connor Wong and Danny Jansen in the same lineup, but they really haven't done that yet. Oh, I might have to go for that Medijas Rojas Red Sox jersey. That's sick. I'm vacationed out, man. I can't do any more vacations. You know what's driving me nuts? I need to upgrade this offseason. I think that's going to be my goal, is to upgrade the away game setup. It drives me nuts. Complete overhaul? No, Steven. Additions? Yes. Do I think Wong's a bad second baseman? I don't know, honestly. He played there once, right? So Bayo taking the 8th probably. Yeah, looks like they're giving him the 8th. If I go to Atlanta, okay, I will. Ugh. Work remote. What do you mean? Oh, like I take my... Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like my away game setups for these games are just brutal. Costa Rica to go surfing? Man. Raj, why don't you do me a favor and look up what Bogarts and Benintendi have done this season? And I'm a big Benintendi. I'm a big Benintendi fan. Or I'm sorry. I'm a massive Xander Bogaerts fan. But take a look at what they've been doing this season and tell me again if you truly pisses you off that they let him go. I want you to compare. Actually, here's what I want you to do, Raj. I want you to compare Wilyer Abreu to Benintendi. Benintendi's been on a bad team? Okay, that's fine. Take a look what he did with the Yankees. Am I from Boston? No, I grew up in New Hampshire. Someone just said Benintendi was great on the Royals. I think that was Prodigy. Okay, in Andrew Benintendi's best season since leaving the Boston Red Sox, 2022, he had a 120 WRC, or I'm sorry, OPS plus. Okay. . Willier this season has a 128. And that was Benintendi's best season since leaving the Red Sox. Love Concord, New Hampshire. It's a pretty good town. I get what you're saying with Benny and Bogey, but if you had kept the big three, which could have been the big four, it could have been great for us. But if you were getting Andrew Benintendi that you got for the last 4 years now, it's not helping us a lot. It's not. Betts and Bogarts, I'm not gonna argue with because Betts is a Hall of Famer and Bogarts is probably my favorite player ever. So I'm not even gonna remotely argue that. My thing is the Benintendi one. Stinking it up, dude. It's been 2 weeks. I don't understand what you're talking about, Flaunty. Like he went to the Kansas City Royals and had a great time over there. No, do I miss Chris Sale? Yeah, because I've always been a Chris Sale guy, but I don't. I've said it all night. I don't think Chris Sale does what he does this season in Boston, and he said that himself as well. So yeah, one season, Prodigy, one season. What am I trolling? I want to, Kevin. I don't know if I will. I really do want to, though. 9-1-2 coming up in the bottom or the top of the 10th inning. Bayo, dude. Oh my God. Tom Glavine was born in Concord, New Hampshire. No, or was that Massachusetts? Flaunty, look at Benintendi's last season with the Red Sox. Tell me if he didn't start falling apart then. Oh my God, Bayo. Bayo's I mean, recently, yeah, he has been. Like what? Oh, they're coming out with a baseball movie. Let's go. Looks kind of bad. Actually looks really bad. Yeah, Kenley's the smart decision. Bayo's a cool one. I like that. Extra $10 for strikeout. Let's go, Bayo. Come on, Bayo. What's he at? What is Bayo at pitch count wise? Eight innings, 2 hits, 1 walk, 9 Ks for Brian Bayo. Does it give me pitch totals? Should. 97 pitches, 66 for strikes. Oops, sorry guys. Oh, I just did that perfectly without looking. Not all heroes wear capes, folks. Yeah, they did, Easton. Let him get 10. No, it wasn't coming back from injury, Flaunty. It was because he was trying to add more power, and it just simply was not working. Every Bayo star was like this, man. That is asking. There is no one in Major League Baseball who could do that. It's all right, Ethan. Thanks for coming by at all, man. I appreciate you. That was a good bunt. That was a good bunt. See, Clip, you're not here to slam on him, and he does well. Yeah, it would benefit the bullpen a bit, yeah. Oh, Tyler. Oh, Tyler. Yes! Tyler O'Neill! Get out of here! Boom! Oh my God, we needed that. Oh, we needed that. Give it to me. Give it to me, Apple. Is it this? I forget what it is. There we go. Tyler O'Neill. Yes, sir. Ooh, that felt good. Ooh, that felt good. That bunt was really nice. Ugh. Let Bale finish it out. Uh-oh, did you see that? We call that going yard. Would I call this a statement year for O'Neill? I would say so. You should stream the Pats game? No, I don't do football. Ooh, that was close. Got a Hammy Bones ruled an error? That's weird. Hendricks is pitching in Worcester right now. Oh yeah, he was out. I wouldn't be shocked if you're right, Joey. Also, Joey, you come in, man. There we go, Yoshida. Keep it going, baby. Do I know the rules in football? Yeah, I think I could hold my own for rules in football. Like I can't do play setups and everything, but I think like if you're talking like penalties and just overall rules of the game, I think I could hold my own. Why did we just give Burr a light treatment? That was weird. Talk about the Patriots. Yeah, I heard they're going to be really bad. This is a developmental year. I mean, if you get rid of your head coach, man, and your quarterback, it's a rebuilding year. Bale's out for the ninth. I mean, no, they still got to get through the eighth here. Massa has been unreal the second half. Yes, sir. Do I know who the starting QB is for that? They haven't announced it yet, but it's either Jacoby Brissett or Drake May. And I think it's going to be Jacoby Brissett. Yeah, I actually think Massa will finish the year over 300. See, look at me. Look at me. No, I watch other Boston sports. I just don't do this, right? I mean, the Red Sox. It's during baseball season. I think about my girlfriend. I think about the Red Sox, and that's it, right? And that's why I started this channel because my mind just talks about baseball. It's just what I do. But yeah, if Friday night I'm out getting dinner or I'm sitting at a bar, I will absolutely watch the Celtics game or the Bruins game or the Pats game. I love Sundays. Sundays in the fall are great. I'll watch any football just to watch football. But just because I like yeah, it would be Prodigy. I would live stream every night. I would. Um, Yeah, I love the idea of sitting down with like a fat bowl of chili, like a 6-pack of Sam Adams Oktoberfest, and just all the football I can consume. I like that, and maybe even not even football. I would do that with like I don't know, a Harry Potter marathon. I just like fall food. Is is the real reason I watch football is I like fall food. No, that's what I mean. 3XL? I think so. Let me take a look. I don't know where Nightbot just like disconnected, I think. Nightbot is done, dude. It's over. It's like I'm good. Let me take a look for you, Mr. Mad. Men t-shirts. Yes, sir. We've got small, medium, large, XL, double XL, triple XL, and quadruple XL. We got all the XLs you can think of, my friend. I got to put a polo on there. I'm going to start wearing a Red Sea polo to Worcester next year. Twins tied it up. Wear the polo to win a weekend. Love it. I am absolutely going to do that, Mr. Matt. I'm going to keep an eye out for it. The other day, actually, I don't know. Is there anyone who goes to UNH here? Do I go to the beach? Yes, I go to the beach. Nightbot was always cool. I think we lost him. Going to any Sox games anytime soon? I got to get to a couple in September, man. I don't think I went to any in August. Go to Snoo because my brother sent me a picture. His friend goes to UNH, and someone has a Red Sea Radio sticker. And Nightbot kept it real, man. He called me out when I was going too far, reeled me back in, man. He was my tether. Oh, nope, he's back. All right, here we go. I mean, Jackson. What you're talking about right now is you handed the save opportunity off to your Hall of Fame closer and you're mad about it. Nightbot low-key faked his own death. Honestly, low-key, he kind of did. We got to have a conversation about him. I might take him off the payroll. Got to get some merch. I want to put out like interesting stuff. All right, Kenley, one more, baby. Uno mas. Right. This is what you paid. This is what you paid Kenley for. No, I don't think Kenley pitched yesterday. Oh, yeah, he did. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Where do I go to the beach? I don't know. I don't live near a beach, so I go all over. Ladies and gentlemen, the Red Sea community, are we reviving the Boston Red Sox? I'm not going to say no. We still got a long ways to go here, but folks, not only did this Red Sea community just see the best start of Brian Bale's career, we saw Tyler O'Neill go yard, we saw Jaron Duran do his thing, and we saw the Red Sox win 2 games in a row. 2 games in a row. Joey, you need to watch every single one of my videos. It's not even for the views. This is because when you take a break, the Red Sox take a break. I need you in there. Joey, for the good of the Boston Red Sox, I need you in there. But everyone here, we have a win streak. That's true. We have a win streak. That's crazy. This feels good. This feels really good. This feels good. Sox need to do it again tomorrow, though. Versatility, man. You and I have got to get on the same page here with what works for you and what doesn't. Because sometimes it's talking in here. Sometimes it's not talking here. Sometimes it's watching the game. Sometimes it's not watching the game. We'll have a conversation, really nail this down. Versatility. But either way, guys, this was a quick game. 2 hours, 22 minutes. That's crazy. That's crazy. You guys were here the entire time. Most of you guys were here the entire time. A lot of you guys in and out, which was also appreciative. Always great conversations with all of you. A huge thank you again to Kevin. A huge thank you to Mr. Matt as well. Thank you to anyone who resubbed, became a sub, member, new member, whatever. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. You guys hanging out here truly means the world to me. It still blows my mind that people show up to these things. I mean, it truly is. But I appreciate it a ton. It's great not talking to you too, Versatility. I'm surprised because there was one time I said we need versatility in the outfield and you didn't say it. I didn't think you were here. But either way, guys, again, thank you so much. If you haven't already considered hitting that subscribe button, and there's 18 months for versatility just to top it all off. A year and a half with some versatility here. Thank you. Can we watch the Braves game? It's the 7th inning. Video on Nightbot. I was thinking about getting a head start on the video tomorrow. What's the score of the... I don't have a way of pulling up the... I'm going to be so behind in the game. That's what I'm thinking of right now. I'm going to be so behind watching the game. Like, the only way I can keep up with the game is going to be on... MLB. So probably not. I just can't get the game live, and that's going to drive me nuts. So unfortunately, no, we're not going to stay live for the Twins game. We are going to, if this happens in the next couple of weeks, we're going to start doing these where we do start watching these games. Even if the Red Sox aren't playing, we might watch one of these games and root against the Twins. But again, thank you so much. If you haven't considered hitting that subscribe button, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day, and we do one of these live streams once a week. With the season winding down, there's only a few more of these left. We have 1 month left of every day live stream or every week live streams. During the off season, we'll be doing every other week. If you haven't considered hitting the like button on this video yet, it really helps these videos out a ton. It's the best way to let me know that you guys are enjoying these live streams. It truly is. Video tomorrow, honestly, I have no idea. That's why I'm getting off early, so I can get some time here and figure out, what the best video for tomorrow should be. I'm thinking about doing one on Case and Conrad, talk about a potential two-way player for the Red Sox, which could be kind of fun. Maybe I'll let you guys vote. I don't know. Either way, thank you all for being here. Thank you all so much, everyone who donated, watched, subscribed, became a member, whatever. As long as you guys, I see you telling me there's a chance. Man, I've been back and forth on this. People are probably getting so mad with these videos. It's like I'm always saying it's over or it's back or. I appreciate you being here, MB. I'm glad you enjoyed your time here. If we're going to watch other games, think about raiding the streams of their local content creators. Can I raid this? Can I send you guys to one of them? Is that possible on YouTube? Because I would do that right now, but I don't think I can. Stream record, we're 3 games above 500. Because we were 2 games above 500 last time. Can't rate on YouTube, only Twitch. That is wildly unfortunate. Okay, guys. I would absolutely do that. Maybe I'll spam a link. Maybe I'll spam a link if we go to once we get off. Okay, thank you all. Count last night. I don't count the members only because our record, the members only, is kind of brutal, to be honest with you. Thank you all so much for being here. And I will see you guys, as always, tomorrow. And, of course, hopefully on a little bit of a hotter red seat.